has set out to do just that. Pierre Thomas, ABC News senior justice correspondent, along with Nightline, in partnership with a lot of people, trying to find out a very simple question. Pierre Thomas, thanks for joining us here in St. Louis.
Good to be with you.
So you tried to find out how bad the epidemic is in America?
It was stunning. It's gone from an epidemic, according to some sources I'm talking to what is called a crisis. It's estimated that 60,000 Americans died last year of overdoses. Of that, 40,000 are attributed to opioids. That's what's fueling this huge increase. We're talking painkillers, heroin, and fentanyl driving up these numbers to unseen levels. It is now the deadliest drug epidemic in American history.
All right, so those are deaths. And here in St. Louis, as well as everywhere else, we hear about the Narcan, the overdose anecdote, and we're hearing, anecdotal stories about people who've been saved 3 or 4 times in a week or in a month.
Yes.
You've tried to figure out how many people have been saved.
Well, we're talking to fire and rescue people, and they say for every person that dies, I was in Phoenix with their fire and rescue team. They said for every person that dies, they're saving 10 other people. So we're talking about hundreds of thousands of people who are using opioids in some form. And it's to the point, I think what's most striking to me, where you're seeing it spill out into the public. Some of the images you'll see in the Nightline special were shot by passersby earlier this year and last year. One image that strikes me is a man who gets on a public bus and who injects himself with heroin. And then he overdoses and falls headfirst into the aisle of the bus. And the passengers don't know what to do initially. Another image, a couple on a busy street, needle in their lap, people frantically trying to save their lives. And when we, on this week where we set out to work with our affiliates to try to get a sense of how this is unfolding, one of our producers is in Manatee, Florida, when a young woman overdoses outside of a strip mall. So you're seeing this pop up in public in ways that we haven't seen before as well.
Pierre Thomas, any stories about somebody who's been saved 4, 5, 6, 7 times?
Absolutely. I was talking to fire and rescue officials, and they said that it is consistent. They will revive someone with Narcan. The person will wake up and want to go get their next high. And they said, we know we will see them again. And the point they're making is that these drugs change the chemistry of the brain. Many of the experts we're talking to say it's a disease in that the people begin to lose their grip on free will.
Is this tonight on Nightline?
That's our hope, a half-an-hour special.
Half-hour special. Pierre Thomas with ABC News. Thanks for the work. Terrible story, but thanks for the work.
Thank you. And you want your friends and loved ones not to go anywhere near this stuff. That's the message.
Yeah, no question about it. Pierre Thomas, ABC News, senior justice